So first of all, Sharon and I would like to thank you all for being here. We decided to do many of these meetings as joint meetings because we have so many team leaders that are wearing multiple hats, including marketing coordinator.
Mhm.
And so many of the marketing coordinator events, have, team leaders are involved in that also, especially if it's for an upcoming show or anything like that. And especially this meeting, because it's sort of our first meeting after many choruses have had their new elections, and we've got new people holding, new offices, or team leaders now holding 3 offices or more. So welcome everybody. And I think for anyone that doesn't know me, my name is Cherie Letts. I'm the Region 13 Marketing Coordinator. I am also the team leader of Coeur d'Alene Chorus, and I am also a member and co-Sweet Adeline of the Year of Spirit of Spokane Chorus. And so I'm going to pass the microphone, if you will, to Sharon Stockstad so she can introduce herself and anything that she would like to add to the opening, and then we'll get started.
I'm Sharon Stockstad. I'm the Region 13 Membership Coordinator. I sing with Helen Express Singers. And I know most of you. I'm just really glad to see your faces, and it'll be great if you all are at set so we can meet up in person.
Yes.
I'm sorry that we didn't have competition this year, but it was one of those things that had to be made a decision early so that we could cover everything. And I hope that you watched the videos.
Right.
Welcome.
Yes.
And yeah, it was unfortunate we didn't have a live competition this year, but at least we took it to literally the next level. And we
Right.
were able to have a video competition.
Mhm.
I hope that many of you in your choruses were able to have watch parties. I know that I had a watch party for both the quartet and chorus days,
Mhm.
and it was just great fun. We had 3 choruses here at my house, 3 different representations of 3 choruses, and it was really, really fun. And it was as close as we could get to
Right.
all being together. And fortunately, everybody came out of it okay. So
Mhm. Yeah.
that's what matters. I don't know how many are aware, but Alaska Sound Celebration obviously won and was well deserved. Peggy Benton is actually having a fairly serious surgical surgery this week in Washington and Seattle area. So if you just want to keep her in your thoughts, and I don't feel like I'm speaking out of turn. She has a whole kind of a blog about it. So I think that is on her Facebook page information, but small world, I actually know who her surgeon is, and he's excellent. So that's a small world. How many that are in the meeting now are currently new to the marketing coordinator position and or the team leader position? Priscilla, hello, it's nice to see you again.
Hello.
Well, so Priscilla, would you please introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about you?
Well, I'm Priscilla Ford. I'm with Columbia River Chorus, and I've done a few other things within the chorus, and I sing tenor. Haven't done too much marketing outside of my own personal business, so it's a whole different, I guess, genre, you might say, as far as work goes. So I'm hoping to learn more on how to get the word and the image and everything out about Columbia River Chorus. And we've done some goal settings for the next 2 years and 5 years. And my goal is to help the chorus reach those goals.
Excellent. And I don't know if you've had time to do anything with your 5 pages of notes, but I had a really nice and long meeting with Priscilla and Noel Allen, the team leader. And you know, to me, your number one marketing tool is Paul.
Yeah.
I mean, he's Paul O'Queen, is an amazing director and coach. So
Yes, he is.
anything that I can do, if you need a follow-up meeting or anything like that, please don't hesitate to reach out, because it was a really great meeting.
Okay.
Anybody else new to this gang? Jessica is new and Judy is new. So Jessica, neither do we, girl. I don't know if you can see Jessica's message or in her chat. It's okay if you have no idea what you're doing. Most of us kind of just punt, but Jessica, welcome. Would you like to introduce yourself? Yes? No? She's shy. I saw Judy's hand go up.
Yes, thank you. I'm Judy Stein. I'm with Grand Olympic Chorus out in Sequim, Washington. And I was VP the last 2 years, and now I'm president. And we do have a PR marketing committee, but I thought that, and they've been doing a great job. I know nothing, so I thought I would come in and listen, and anything new I heard, I would definitely pass on. Thank you.
Welcome. So I think I would like to start, if we've covered all of our new people. One of the things that we were doing this year is the YouTune to YouTube campaign. And I've met with several of the choruses to talk about creating a YouTube channel. And we've done actually really, really well. We went from 1/3 of our choruses having YouTube channel to 2/3 of our choruses having YouTube channels. So that's a 1/3 growth. And what I've really appreciated seeing is the choruses that have channels, for the most part, you've updated, you've added new videos, and that's just a way to get momentum going. As far as marketing goes, it's one of the easiest things to do. Uploading a video takes minutes. Publicizing the video is literally one click on YouTube. YouTube does the searching for copyright laws for you. So it really is, it's a pretty simple way to get your chorus out there. I would invite you all to continue to create your YouTube channels starting in August, because I've got nothing else going on in August. We're going to have a 1-month contest for each chorus, and to increase your YouTube channel subscribers, and the chorus that gets the most YouTube channel subscribers in that 1-month period will win a prize. The prize is still a work in progress, but if the prize is what I'm hoping it will be, it'll be very nice. So it's something that your entire chorus can benefit from, not just the marketing coordinator or the chorus management team. So I urge you to go and create your YouTube channel and get that going. I will reach out to the choruses that have not yet created the channel, but 17 out of our 26 choruses have YouTube channels, and that's really great. Pride of Portland has the most subscribers. They have over 100, which enables them to create their own special URL, which is a really fun thing. I don't know how many of you have been to our Region 13 YouTube channel, but our custom URL is SAI Rocks. So Region 13 SAI Rocks. So it's just fun. It's an easy way to remember a URL and create your own custom channel Um, as far as that campaign, I think I'm gonna get off that soapbox and
Yes.
just know
Beth Ann
that
has a question.
I thought I'd jump in and say, for the Region 13 YouTube channel, can we submit videos to you? Do you pick them up and publish them? How does that happen? Or,
I can publish them, and but Sandy Smith does most of the publishing.
okay,
But it's certainly, I mean, this meeting will be on the channel. All of the marketing meetings, just like the ones you previously did, Beth Ann,
Right.
are on that channel.
okay. So
It kind of cracked me up. Both choruses that I'm in, we watched our contest video with the whole chorus and went over our score sheets, and I had to get both choruses to subscribe to the YouTube channel. It's like I feel like I'm not doing a good job when my own choruses haven't even subscribed. But is what it is. It's
Yeah.
herding cats.
yeah, okay, thanks.
Sure. Is there any other questions in regard to the YouTube channel or anything like that? Is there any questions that I can maybe answer now? Or if you want to reach out to me in a separate email, feel free to do that, because like I said, it really is it's a fun way of just generating information about your chorus. My recent meeting that I had with Priscilla and Noel, they both said, well, we don't have a show to really market. So why do we, what's the advantage? And I think that not having a show to market is actually the perfect time to create your YouTube channel. You could certainly do an advertisement for your chorus. If you are wondering what that looks like, I invite you to go to Pride of Portland's YouTube channel, because they had a brilliant less than 2-minute commercial on who's Pride of Portland chorus. And it's adorable. It starts with Drew reading Barbershop for Dummies. And just by the end of that 1 minute, 44-second snippet, if you're living in Oregon, you want to go visit the Pride of Portland chorus. And so I really recommend that you check that out, showing snippets of rehearsals, also recording your rehearsals for your chorus members. You don't have to make those public. You can choose to make them private and send the links out to your members. So if they're not comfortable yet being in person, or if it's in theory somewhere it's summer, not in Spokane, but people take vacations, record your rehearsals, and so your members don't come back and feel completely lost. Upload your contest videos. All of those things are opportunities to start building your YouTube channel. So if you do have a show and you decide to stream the show, you've got several subscribers already. It really is it's the perfect time to do that. And if you're having a show, obviously it's the time to do that. And you can certainly get a lot of subscribers from streaming a live show. Spirit of Spokane did that in December, and I was like a little kid watching how many people were watching at the time, and the numbers kept going up, and it was just, I totally geeked out over it. But so that's just what I encourage you all to do, and please feel free to reach out to me if you have any questions in regard to that. Cindy, you're on mute, dear.
Can people watch a live stream thing without being a subscriber?
They could, but why?
Yeah, well, I was just thinking that we're having our 50th anniversary celebration, and a few people who can't be there asked if we were going to live stream. So if we put out the link, I mean, of course, people can subscribe, but
Sure.
maybe some people who just want to watch.
Yeah, you do not have to be a
I think.
subscriber, and YouTube will automatically archive that in your YouTube channel. So if you want to
Right.
go back
So then they can
later,
watch it later.
yes, so they don't necessarily need to watch it live, which is
Great.
also really, it's really nice that, there's so much work that they do that you don't have to figure out how to do. Any other questions in regard to YouTube? Priscilla?
Yes, is there any special equipment that you need to do that with, for recording rehearsals or shows or just little picnics, get-togethers that we do to put on YouTube?
You could spend a ton of money and you can use your phone.
Oh, okay.
It really is going to be the quality. I would suggest, if you're going to live stream a show, that you kind of reach out to your course, find out if anyone is savvy in that area, or partners, or even look into having someone come and stream it for you. The most important thing if you're going to stream a show is to find out what the Wi-Fi speed is at the location in which you are streaming.
Okay.
It may be something that's worth asking them if it's a low Wi-Fi speed, if the chorus were to cover it for like a 1 month internet boost, it might be worth looking into that. Because you will lose your audience if they're watching it and it's pixelated or it's delayed, or that's not going to keep people engaged. So
Love you.
you don't have to. We love you too. So we don't have to do that. So if
Okay.
and especially rehearsals, I mean, everyone has a video recorder on their phone. So.
Oh, okay. So it just uploads from your phone right to the YouTube account?
You sign into your YouTube. You do need to have a Gmail account for YouTube. I suggest that you create chorus Gmail accounts and make sure that the team leader and the current chorus marketing team have that. I know that some choruses, Song of Seattle, they had a YouTube channel, but no one knows who created it. No one knows how to get into it. And so I would encourage, instead of, Spirit of Spokane had, Jessica was posting on her channel, and Lauren, and so we had all these YouTube savvy people. So we got videos all over the place. And then it's like, let's just create one channel and put everything into one place.
Right. Okay.
Jean Ashby had a question, I think.
No. That wasn't a question.
Oh, you were just saying hello.
No, I was just I'm moving something on my face or something.
Karen.
I just wanted to say that when I ended up creating a second YouTube channel. Actually, I ended up with 3 before I all figured out what was the best way to do it, because not knowing who created the original one, in which case we could not make changes or do anything else. At first, I had my own Karen@songofseattle.com email address, and I set up a channel using that. And then I decided, well, that's just as dumb because that's associated with me. So I created a marketing admin at Song of Seattle email address, just for the purpose of anything like the YouTube channel or any other social media. If we do anything new, we're not going to change the Facebook group now, but our page. But I just thought it was good to have it that I can then pass off to, well, for instance, I'm now the team leader instead of the marketing coordinator. So even though I'm still have administrative rights to, let's say, YouTube, now the new marketing coordinator will. So it's easy to pass it along to other people if you use a generic email address instead of one tied to you personally.
That's 100% right. And then as a new person comes in, if you feel the need, you could always change the password, but the email address stays the same. So that's the other big thing about that, is if you create folders in your Gmail account, those also transfer, so all of that information is there. if your chorus is not using Google Docs, you may want to consider that. It is an amazing tool. And on our Region 13 YouTube channel are all of the classes that Rachel and Sandy have done to teach the different types of Google applications, where it's Docs, it's been, I don't think we've done Sheets yet, have we, Cindy? Anyway, all of the Google apps are, the classes that have been done are on the YouTube channel, and they're incredibly informative. And Rachel Pack works for Google, and so she's just a wealth of knowledge. So I encourage you to do that. Right, wrong, or otherwise, the regional management team is just getting into the shared Google Drive and the docs, and I wish, I know I'm speaking for all of us, for Sharon, that having suddenly lost Jan, our finance coordinator, we were grateful for what was on the drive, wishing that we had more. And for Sally, I'm sorry, Sally, our head honcho. So it really is, you never know. Life is a vapor, and having that out there is incredibly helpful. So you have a backup for, if somebody goes on vacation and, the airport shuts down due to COVID, you can still get your job done. So those are Karen.
Hi. Yay, Marianne got on. Has anybody used what I've been looking for, an easy way to get RSVPs? Are you coming or not? And I see Google Forms supposedly has an easy one. Do any of you use that? Okay, I'll research it. Thanks.
Well, Beth Ann and Arlene have their hands up. So
I've used Google Forms for surveys and all sorts of things, and I find it really easy. And we do our COVID survey on it every week, and then we do a bunch of other surveys. And the slick part about it is that when the data comes back in, you can actually print out an Excel spreadsheet of the responses. It's really slick.
We've used it a lot too. The other thing that we do use too is Sign Up Genius. So that, if we have something like right now, we're in the midst of like social gatherings, like people have like picnics in their backyard for a small group, and people can sign up that way too. So that might work for you.
that's excellent.
Yeah.
Thank you both for your feedback. Anybody have any other questions or comments about marketing, and what can the Region 13 management team do to help you, and or in regard to membership? Or if any of you are chomping at the bit to be a finance coordinator, I'm sure that Sally would, love to have a breakout meeting with you.
Yeah.
Priscilla.
Yes, we seem to still have an issue with GoDaddy in releasing our website. It was probably a couple of years ago that the past person that was in charge of it had changed the email that was linked to it and the password. And then a couple of years later, she's no longer with the chorus. And we cannot seem to figure out what email she used, let alone the password. And GoDaddy has, we've been in touch with them, and they've said, well, we need to, first, the person that was linked to it needs to be the contact person. So we had another member of the course get with her. They've been on the phone with them, and they needed all kinds of documentation that we are a part of Sweet Adelines, and that we're nonprofit, and how the payment was set up, and I mean all kinds of things. And we've sent them all these documents, and yet they still have not been in touch back with how we can get that account back.
Well, and so you were the poster chorus for why having a generic email and having, putting that information someplace on like a Google Drive shared document only shared with the course management team, because that stuff is I understand. I have a GoDaddy account with our office, my work, and you can't just pick up the phone, call someone, first of all. I mean, and if you do, sometimes it's challenging to try to understand what they're saying. And
Right.
so I'm sorry that you're going through that, and I hope that it gets resolved. I don't know why the former person wasn't willing to just give the login and password so you could simply go in and change that. But
Yeah, she don't remember what she did. It hadn't really been kept updated, and she wasn't computer savvy. And I
I'm
mean,
not
there's
either.
all kinds of reasons why it was never really taken care of. And then it was, well, I don't remember what email I used. I've had to change it a couple of times. And it's like, oh no.
you may be better off getting creative and starting a new website. Arlene.
Yes, just a quick comment. We've had this, an issue too with, people taking over and having new passwords and all of that kind, not remembering what the password was. And we did establish a 1Pass account, which is it's online. I wasn't involved in it. They just did it and told me about it, where it's a secure place to save all your passwords. So this way, like all our passwords for critical things are on there. So if somebody left, all they need is a new access to that account. They will find out all about that particular website and what the password is and the login and all of that kind of stuff, so that you can pass it on easily to the next person, or have some history for anything that you may have. So that works really well.
That's excellent. I've not heard of that.
It's called 1Pass.
Of course, I'm going to look at that right now.
Don't ask me what the password is, because I have no idea.
Hello, this is Gail from Capital City Sound. Is it okay if I speak real quickly on that?
Yes.
So there's also another thing called LastPass. And my boss uses this when she wants to be able to include something. So she started with all of her business documents inside the passwords inside LastPass. So all of her business accounts, she can share a pass, or no, excuse me, she can share information with me without giving me your passwords, simply by sharing that account. For example, I run an online video workout course, but she doesn't want me actually knowing her passwords and stuff. She just shares it from her LastPass to my LastPass. So I get it. It links the two up, but she had to share it, and she can always remove me from that. LastPass it's last, LASTPASS. So that's another one that you can use to share between people, but you don't actually have to share your passwords. And it stores your password, but it doesn't share your password. It just, you link back to them each time. So that might be something you use, people can use also. I haven't quite set that up with my chorus yet, but I think it might be very handy, especially like when you move from one treasurer to finance coordinator to another finance coordinator, and you can.
And there's so many passwords, like for the state of Washington to file, annual reports and stuff like that. So this way, if you have a new president or treasurer or whatever, they can just get the password and go from there.
Right. And well, one of the things is like every single password that you use has to have different qualifications. Some have to have numbers, some have to have caps, some, you know, they have to have all these different characters or whatever. Some can't use characters. So they all have their special thing. And so that way you don't have to remember, you know, have a piece of paper with all your passwords written down. It's actually in a thing. I think that's what OnePass is like also. But with LastPass, you can actually share it with other people. You can send them the link to get into whatever. So
I just sent the URLs for both of those. I posted those in the chat. So
okay, thank you very much for having this meeting. I have to be, I'm in the middle of a birthday party, so thanks.
thank you.
Thanks, Gail.
I was going to say, we want to be at her house. It sounds very fun. Any other marketing related questions before we go to membership? Meredith.
Hello, this might actually be partially a membership question, but I'm wondering if people have used various ways to advertise online. For example, you can buy ads from YouTube, Instagram, Facebook. You can put an ad in a Google search. If anyone has found any of these effective for things like fundraisers, shows, membership recruitment, in terms of the results you get versus the amount of money you have to pay to do that.
I know Spirit of Spokane, we ran the Facebook ad and the boost before our 30th anniversary show. And our online sales went up, you know, like by 15 or 20 tickets, which may seem insignificant, but it was very inexpensive to do the boost. I mean, I think the ad and the boost was something less than $20 or something like that. So to sell 20 or plus additional tickets, and that was just online. We don't know how many people showed up because of the ad, you know, from local advertising. So for us, it's seemingly totally paid off, especially in light of Brown Paper Tickets is in a whole lot of legal drama right now. And so that's an organization that we had used to print tickets in the past. And so advertising through them and their legal challenges didn't seem like the best way to go. I have not used anything else, so maybe other people can speak to some of the other platforms.
I have a question for everyone.
OST.
Hold on, Kim. Sharon?
You said boost?
Boost is on, like if you advertise something on Facebook, you can boost the post.
Oh, okay.
And so what we did, we advertised and we created our event, because that's two things that are separate. You can advertise on your Facebook page, but you also can create an event on your Facebook page. For example, if you're having a show or you're having a guest night, you kind of want to do both, because people look at different things online and search differently. So Chris Connerty has been doing a great job for Spirit of Spokane in advertising on our Facebook page and creating events. And then you can do a separate event boost, or you can do a Facebook post boost, or both. Because some people only look at on their phone, they just want to see what events are happening close to them. If you don't create an event on Facebook, then if they search and you just post it on your Facebook page, the event isn't going to come up if they just do a local calendar search for events. So, you know, you could choose what you feel is the best bang for your buck, literally.
I hadn't heard of that before. Thank you.
You're welcome. So Kim.
Hi, everybody. I'd like if each person, if they have anything to say, tell about what marketing things they have done that have been effective. For example, I'll start. I'm Harmony Northwest Chorus in Mount Vernon, Washington,
And we have put in what I call the weekly squeak. It's the free little booklet that comes out every week in Anacortes, which is in our county. And we put in there for membership, do you like to sing, blah, blah, blah. And it's just short and it's free. It doesn't cost a penny. And because it goes in as a nonprofit type PSA kind of thing. We've been able to get publicity. For example, we helped with Earth Day festivities. And I was able to get publicity in the local paper about that, with the picture showing us doing Earth Day activities. We've put in, we've been able to get on meetup.com for membership. We've gotten a couple of members from that. So I would just like to hear other people's ideas.
Jean.
This is probably my forte for all my life of Sweet Adelines. And in my opinion, the best way is always word of mouth. And it's getting out there and talking to people. I was even on a trip in Europe and talked to somebody about singing with Sweet Adelines. And that's in another country. So and whether they were interested or not, doesn't matter. That was just practice. So failure is not failure unless you don't do anything. The future coming up is there's a lot of unknowns that we don't know about, but you can take 10 seconds to talk to somebody. If you hear them in the stores talking to buy whatever they're buying, and then you follow them out and you excuse me and you start talking to them. It's a blast for me because I'm quite a shy person, but it's practice. It's 50-50 chance. It's better than Vegas. So reality is that I would love to someday be back in giving ideas because it's the people that you do share with, it can change their life. And later on, they may come up to you and say what it meant to them when like their father died or something, and they needed something that to connect with people, and here we are. So all the other ideas are great, but I still feel that word of mouth is the cheap and the best.
You're an inspiration. Sally, I think you had your hand up first, and then Jessica will have your question next.
I would agree with Jean. Word of mouth always is best, but we have a couple things that have worked for us. One was a tip I got from this marketing group about 2 years ago, was to join our Chamber of Commerce. And we have gotten so much benefit from that. We've been in a commercial. We were on a local TV show pushing our, talking about ourselves. And we are reaching people that we normally, let's face it, people in our chorus, they're all my best friends, and I don't have a whole lot of friends outside of chorus because I haven't lived here as long as many of you. So places like that have a much greater reach than I would individually. Second thing is Canva, which we have the nonprofit version of Canva, which I have been using more and more to create flyers, and finding it to be easier and easier the more I use it, and very versatile for doing all kinds.
What is it? How do you spell that?
I'll put it in the chat.
Okay. C-A-N-V-A, Canva. It's almost like canvas, but with the S off. And you can make all kinds of logos, business cards, signs, flyers, Facebook posts, Instagram posts. It's very versatile and very useful. And then I would just echo Kim's on Meetup. We get almost all of our guests come from Meetup. I know some people say it hasn't been that effective but for us it has been very effective. So people in our area at least look at Meetup to find things to do, and they find us, which is great. And I'm done.
Jessica. You are now muted, Jessica.
Can you hear me now?
We can.
You can hear me. Okay. We do a lot of word of mouth with our chorus, and several of us are part of karaoke groups. And so what a lot of us have taken to do is take business cards with us. And when we find other singers at karaoke, then
That's great.
we talk about our chorus and we give them a business card. And if we're out and about somewhere and somebody ends up talking about singing or we bring it up, then it's like, hey, we have a little business card. It's got contact information, like stuff that we do, a couple pictures of groups in the chorus, that kind of thing. And that's been a pretty good way of getting the information to them without it being too awkward, I guess. So yeah.
And I saw, Jessica, that you posted a question in the chat. Have anyone used a sandwich A-frame board to post around town? I don't know if anyone saw that, and if anybody has, if you have anything to add to that, I would think that then you run the risk of someone picking up your sandwich A-frame board and, you know, changing the sign to garage sale for their next event. But I'm not sure if anyone has anything to comment about that, if it's been successful or not successful. Sharon.
Our chorus has a sandwich board that we have used to set to the side when we are doing performances for different organizations, just with our information of who we are, our website information, emails, that kind of thing, telephone numbers, so that if anyone's interested, they can call us. We also hand out business cards at those kinds of things too.
Excellent. Gail, your hand's been up a while. I'm sorry. And you are on mute.
Yes, I'm right here. I was going to say there's a couple of things that we have done, and one of them is with the important thing about Meetup is that you need to have your entire chorus get on an RSVP if they're going to a rehearsal or to an event. We use Meetup for every single one of our rehearsals. We list our rehearsal there. We're marketing for members, but of course we don't say that. And it's a simple Meetup name. It just says Boise Women Singing. So it's just, hey, if you want to sing, it's Boise, and Boise, and you're a woman, right? So we use that very simple title for our name. We don't. It's not Capital City Sound or Sweet Adeline, it's just in the name of our Meetup group. But the more people in your chorus who RSVP that they're going to the rehearsal, the more active your rehearsal looks. So like if you get, I don't know how big your choruses are, we're small, we're like 22, but we don't even get 25% of our members looking active. So it only looks like we're just this tiny little group. So when we encourage our members to RSVP, we look more active. People are more active, more likely to say, oh, look, there's 16 women who are singing on Thursday night. So that's one of the things that we do. We always sing the national anthem at as many sporting events here in the area that we can. So that's a small group event, so we don't have to have a full chorus. As long as we have a quartet and extra, we can sing the national anthem at almost any sporting event, the colleges, the high schools. We try to get as many as we can, so we're seen. And that has led to a couple of people coming to us. And then the third thing that we have done, not recently because of COVID, But we've collected our old pitch pipes, the pitch pipe magazine, the ones that have like the champions and all in that issue. And we've put our label on it, Capital City Sound, or when I was in Vienna Falls, we were doing Vienna Falls, and put them in places where people would sit and thumb through it. And we also put that in our guest folder so that when the guest comes in, I'm gonna say we haven't done it recently, but when the guest comes in, if you have a collection of these older pitch pipes, now they have something that they can keep with them that shows who, what Sweet Adelines are. And you just cover the label with the label of your chorus. When we always do a Christmas chorus, and we advertise quite a bit beforehand, but we have that guest folder with the music and everything in it. It's a perfect place to slip a pitch pipe so they can actually see, they can get a bigger feel for the organization.
That's a great idea. That's a really great idea.
Thank you.
Meredith.
We've done a lot of things that other people have said. So we do have a meetup. We have people coming through the meetup. We have a Groupanizer page. The Groupanizer page links from a custom URL, which is ajoysings.org. So I don't know that I have necessarily anything really, pardon me, this is Apollo, who also wants to be a part of the meeting. What I wanted to say, if you were putting any sort of post on Facebook, what you wanted, and it's, public post from your page, if you get members of your chorus to love it with the heart and to comment on it, that is part of the algorithm that Facebook uses to increase engagement on a post. So anytime you post about anything, you need to make sure that every single one of your members loves it, comments on it. The other thing is that if anyone says anything, the page itself should be responding, oh, thank you, like, that's great. So all of that increases eyes on it, increases engagement. So I just wanted to give that tip out. We also have, Arlene, maybe you know the name of this. We don't have a sandwich board. We have some sort of scrolling sign that we put up every time we do a sing out. That's a nice thing as well. Yeah, we've sort of, we've dialed way back on membership recruitment, basically no sing outs and stuff like that since the beginning of COVID, but that's something we're going to ramp up again this summer. Yeah.
Excellent. Nancy.
When Ashby was talking about word of mouth, I just wanted to add on to that. She is awesome. If she sees a person walking confidently through the shopping center, she'll stop them and talk to them. And some way bring up Sweet Adelines. She'll be shopping and she'll, hear somebody speaking with a very resonant speaking voice. And she'll go over and she'll go, what do you think about this color for me? And just start a conversation with them. If they're wearing big earrings or anything that looks Sweet Adeline-ish, she'll start up a conversation with them. And almost every guest that comes to Pride of Portland will say, well, how did you hear about us? And they go, Ashby. So it really does work. So as a result of that, we talk to our chorus about their elevator speech. How could you describe our chorus in 10 to 15 seconds that would be engaging to another woman, inviting her to join the chorus? And we even did a skit on all the things not to say. Like, be sure to bring your checkbook because they want money every week. Or the director's always changing her mind, so don't put anything in ink, just different stuff like that made it fun, but also got a point to the membership about, we could do better about how we speak ourselves to the public. But Ashby is a gem. If anybody wants to talk to her one-on-one, I'd recommend it.
And I think it's important to know your own demographic. You know, what works in Coeur d'Alene, Idaho might not work in Spokane, Washington. It's like two different countries. Coeur d'Alene, Idaho, now we have had the same slogan on the back of our chorus t-shirts for at least 10 years. When it says warning may break out in song, people comment on that all the time. And then we have our cards there and we're ready to hand them to them. I actually, when I was doing the Spirit of Spokane anniversary show, I was the chair of the show, and I had people bring in old photo albums and stuff. And I saw a business card that said, your tip was left by a member of blah, blah chorus, the Sweet Adelines. And I thought that was the cutest thing. I'm a huge vintage antique fan, so I created some of those for the Coeur d'Alene chorus. And we've had several people come in and say, I got this amazing tip from a customer, and I thought, I want to know what this is about. The other inexpensive way is if you have children or grandchildren or great-grandchildren that are in local school bands and choruses, all of those people have parents, and odds are that those parents are music people. You know, so it's easy to have those younger people take cards, or if you have a show coming up, a flyer and saying, you know, my grandma's in the show and they're really good, you should come. Or, you know, go visit the local high school chorus, or your you know, junior college music group. You know, those are just ways of getting out there. In Spokane, the Red Hat Society is huge, and those women are a hoot. You know, so talk with them. You know, you could do co-advertising. You know, you can work together with organizations. My soapbox is hearing impaired people, because I'm predominantly deaf. You know, we could reach out and, you know, find someone in your chorus or someone in your community that is maybe learning, or, you know, is teaching how to do American Sign Language, having them come and sign a song in your show, or, you know, get people, you know, learn a song that is simple in sign language and incorporate that into your show and invite members of the deaf community. I can guarantee you that if they feel included, you will have audience members for life. So those are just some other things that I've done in groups that I've been part of. Karen.
Thank you. I don't want to be a downer, but I think just some of the realities. We use Meetup a lot, and we've gotten several, almost every week, we have at least somebody from Meetup. And yes, it's a good point to remind your regular members to RSVP, so it looks like more people are there. Sometimes, especially now that people are looking for ways to get out more and reconnect after COVID, because we emphasize, do you like to sing, and fun and friendship and things on our Meetup, we've had a few people that come that are probably mostly interested in the friendship portion. And of course, you know, like you mentioned, your skit about don't tell them to bring your checkbook every week, but you don't want to go too long until you tell them that there is a significant membership fee every month. Because sometimes people just plain can't afford that. And if they come for quite a while and then learn that reality, it's kind of tough to bring that up after they've been there a long time and then get embarrassed that they can't afford it. So, you know, those are just some realities of things that we have had to deal with in our chorus as well.
absolutely. And we all have to put the reality hat on. It's kind of a fine line. You know, you don't want to inundate them with too much information on their very first visit, but you don't want to wait too much after the second or the third visit to have them just have an idea of the financial contribution. You know, one of the ways to maybe help soften the financial contribution is have your fundraising people, which is vital to a chorus, you know, figure out with the chorus management team, how can we help, especially newer people coming in, navigate the first year cost is significant. You know, is there ways that we can do a fundraiser to help them or things like that? There are things out there that we can do, you know, for some of us that, people that have been in for 25, 30 years, maybe they don't recall, how challenging that could have been. So I totally agree. You've got to give them full transparency. It's deciding when, but sooner rather than later, I think is the smart thing to do. You don't want to have somebody come in that has this amazing voice and you see them being the future team leader and then they leave after the second rehearsal because they can't afford it. Sharon, is there anything that you would like to cover in this meeting?
No, it's been great. Everybody's got great ideas. It always helps to pass those along to each other.
It absolutely does. And I think that we're kind of coming off the high of submitting the videos. I know not every chorus did a video submission, but I hope that every chorus watched the video submissions and watched the video contest. I thought it was very well put together. And, we have, knock on everything, set coming up in August, where we'll have an opportunity to be together. And, we as the regional management team are constantly looking at where we're at with COVID and where we're at with numbers. And, I can assure you that we are not making any decisions without factoring in everybody's best health and safety. That being said, I absolutely can't wait to see people in boxes bigger than my thumb. So I hope that people are planning to come. Early bird registration is going on for one more month. We will make a mask decision before the end of early bird rehearsal as best we can. Of course, if there's become some new Washington state mandate, we may have to modify things, but we're looking forward to set. Beth Ann.
I just got an email that one of our members has tested positive for COVID. She's one of many lately. And she was at a coaching session Thursday night that we were all at. And so are people having that experience with COVID, that there's more of it now circulating in your choruses? We're singing maskless for the most part. So I just wondered what other people are experiencing. It's just frustrating.
Yeah, I got a message from another chorus too, that they also had some coaching and had several members test positive. I mean, I think that the reality is that COVID isn't going away anytime soon. So all we can do is for each chorus, make the best decision for your demographic, for your members. I know people are fairly zoomed out, but I'll take Zoom all day long compared to nothing. And masks are in both of my chorus optional, highly encouraged, in one chorus more than another. And we absolutely say, if you have any symptoms, even if it's really just because it's seasonal allergies, to stay home, because we're still doing live Zoom for every rehearsal, so that you're not missing anything and people are staying safe. every chorus is different as far as requiring vaccinations, not requiring vaccinations. You've got to know your own demographic and try and stay as safe as possible. Everyone that I know of recently that's had COVID has had the vaccination and boosted, and their symptoms are, manageable. It's fortunately we're not having people get COVID and end up in ICU. Some people still are. Some people are in ICU that are vax and boosted. So I think each chorus has to make their own decision. And I think that it's something that should be respected by the members. Is it frustrating? Absolutely. Absolutely, it's frustrating. But it's something that is completely out of our control. I mean, we could go home and not leave and then just go to the grocery store and boom. So I mean, it really is, it's tough. It's a virus.
It's not something that's probably going to go away anytime soon, but you need to make your own decisions within your chorus, however your members want to do things. We still have we still Zoom all of our meetings, so people that don't want to come to chorus because of COVID or any other reasons, so that they can at least watch the rehearsals. It's not the best, but it's better than nothing. But also, I want to say that I hope that all of you have seen the information that came out from SAI. I sent out an email yesterday about Ignite the Sound. I hope that your courses are going to go ahead and work on that to help get new members. There's some prizes that are going with that, so be sure you read up on that information. And also we'll have a president's and team leader forum again on August 27th. I also put that information in the emails that I sent yesterday. So I hope to see you all then too.
One of the things I wanted to address before we adjourn today is next meetings. In the last fiscal year, most marketing people were in favor of quarterly meetings versus monthly meetings because we all have very busy lives. So unless people feel adamantly opposed to quarterly, I think keeping them quarterly is a good plan. But I don't think Sundays are the best plan. It was really just the only day that I didn't have a dot until October. If you want to just do like a show of hands, how do you feel about either first, if you have a choice between a Friday night or a Saturday morning? So let's just say Saturday morning is around, and we'll try to keep them to an hour. So 10 o'clock Saturday mornings quarterly. That looks like a pretty big majority. Okay, then that will be the goal. I will be recording all the meetings.
I have a question
Yes.
on that. Would everybody, are you going to throw something at your computer if I suggest 9 o'clock Saturday morning? Oh, look at that. Somebody's just shaking their head like I just asked if you'd give up your firstborn child.
Only if we can come in our pajamas.
Yeah,
why not?
9 o'clock is 8 o'clock for me. So I'm like, nah, but okay.
Yeah, and we do need to be cognizant, and I would say 10 a.m. Pacific time.
Oh, okay. Yeah, there is a time difference.
Yeah.
But
I'm on
8
Pacific.
o'clock
I
on
like 6 a.m., but that's me.
and actually the 9 a.m. works actually better for me on a Saturday morning. The 9 a.m. it seems early, but I have a 10 a.m. event every Saturday morning. So it's up to you guys. I'll either be there or my cohort will be there.
Well, maybe we'll meet in the middle and say 9:30. And then if we start having, 4 people at 9:30 and then 20 people at 10, we can make those adjustments, but we'll say 9:30 a.m. Pacific time and kind of see how that works. And I probably should have absolutely had the next date, but I don't, but I will put that in when I send out the link for the meeting recording today. So that'll be coming out in the next couple days. And unless I don't have anything more except to say thank you. This has been very informative. And Kim, are you raising your hand or waving?
I'm saying so long,
Okay.
farewell. I'm Peter saying adieu. Thanks, everybody.
So I don't have anything more. If you have any other questions, if you want to stay on, you can feel free to ask, but thank you so much for being here. And your regional management team is always here for you. Please don't hesitate to reach out. Sharon, do you want to add anything?
No, will you send me the link for the recording?
I absolutely will.
Okay, and I can send it out to everyone.
Okay.
Sharon, I have a question about who you sent your email to yesterday because I didn't get it.
It should have gone to you. Let me check your spam or your junk mail to see if it may have gone, since you haven't received emails from me probably previously, because I know that you're new this year.
Well, I was marketing last year.
Yeah. And I sent it to team leaders and presidents yesterday.
Okay.
Did you find it?
Fine. No.
Okay, I'll resend it to you.
Okay, thank you.
Yep.
Thank you, everyone. Bye.
Bye.
Okay, bye, everybody.
Thank you.
Yeah, thanks.
Thank
Beth,
you.
You want to call me Monday?
Are you talking to me?
Yeah, you
Yes.
called and
Yes, I did. And I'm still doing some more research, but I will contact you Monday.
okay.
Very good. Thank you. Thank you for today. This was great. Sharon too.
You're welcome.
Yes, it was very informative.
It
Thank you.
was.
Priscilla, I added you to the marketing coordinator's email list.
Okay. Yeah, I was just noticing that Noelle wasn't on this morning, so I got a lot of notes to write up to send to her.
Good.
And if you guys need help with your YouTube channel, let me know.
Okay. Yeah, I'll get with a couple other people that are doing some things and make sure I'm not stepping on any toes.
Sounds good.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye, Cherie.
Bye, Sharon.
See you soon.
Okay.